Good afternoon, everyone. Ross LaFleur here with Kary, Roux, and Pig Stand Barbecue Sauce. It's another Friday in Lent, so today we're going to feature another seafood recipe. And the recipe we're cooking today is a shrimp and egg stew. So what we have here is I have a pot of water that I started boiling with 6 cups of water. I also have a half a jar of roux that I took out using a table fork onto a plate, then mash the roux so that way it'll dissolve easier whenever I add it to the water. Then I have 1 cup of diced onions, 1 cup of diced bell pepper, 2 cloves of minced garlic. I also have 1 pound of shrimp, half of a cup of green onions chopped, a 1/4 cup of parsley chopped, and I have 5 hard-boiled eggs. So first thing we're going to do is, since our water is boiling, is I'm going to go ahead and add my half a jar of roux. And I'm going to go ahead and keep stirring the roux into the water until it is well dissolved. And once it's dissolved, we can start adding in the other ingredients. Okay, so now my half a jar of roux is dissolved into my 6 cups of boiling water. I made sure that it was dissolved. You don't want any roux to stick to the bottom because it can burn if it doesn't dissolve, if there's a chunk that sticks at the bottom. And the other thing is everyone has a personal preference, whether it's a gumbo or if it's a stew, if they like it to be a little bit thicker or a little bit more thin. So you can add roux slowly until you get it to the thickness that you want. But now that I have all my roux dissolved, I'm going to go ahead and add in my cup of onions, my cup of bell pepper, and my 3 cloves of minced garlic. And I'm going to stir this up. Reduce the heat to a simmer and let it cook for 30 minutes. Okay, so our roux in the water, our onions, bell pepper, and garlic have all been simmering for 30 minutes. We stirred occasionally just to make sure nothing was sticking. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our parsley, add that in there. Our green onion, add that in there, and our 5 boiled eggs. And I'm going to take my queen bee seasoning. I'm going to season my shrimp well. Then add my shrimp into the mixture. I'll stir this up. And let this simmer for about another 10-15 minutes. What I'm looking for is just to make sure that my shrimp are cooked through and through, but I don't want them to overcook. So depending on the size of your shrimp, it can take a little bit longer or it can be shorter, but we'll let it cook until that's finished. Okay, so our shrimp simmered for about 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes. And now they're all done, they're all cooked, and the shrimp stew is ready to serve. I like to serve this over rice with plenty of the thick shrimp stew gravy. And the boiled egg adds a really good flavor while you're eating it. So I hope you enjoy this dish. Just to let you know, there are 2 variations that I would recommend. If you happen to have shrimp stock, you can always replace the water with the shrimp stock. It'll make the dish just a little bit more rich. And the other thing you can do is you can always add a 2nd pound of shrimp to make it go and feed more people. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you enjoy this not just during Lent, but it's a great Lent time recipe. And thank you for watching today. Have a great weekend.